Welcome back to Algonquin College for this AA Senior Boys High School Basketball City Championship. The Merivale Marauders coming out in Burgundy, leading by 2 after the first half. Dan Mooney alongside Wayne Condro and our entire Rogers TV crew. Happy to have you along for the ride. Wayne, what a first half.
It's exactly what we expected. Nice tight game. Both teams really sort of nice flow to it. They just can't make open looks. That's been the really difference. This could easily be sort of 40-38 if they hit a lot of those open looks.
Cinco Leon for Immaculata, tries to feed it down low. Borsico for 3, hits it.
That's a big
it's
bucket.
Just a deuce.
Big bucket for Borsico. Get him on track too, because he started really slowly in that first half. Got it going late. But, maybe this is the start of this kind of performance he's capable of delivering in a half.
Medalist for 3 of his own. That one doesn't go. In a tie ball game, Lukuza comes down with the ball. Wondering what the call was.
I think they said he was out of bounds when he got possession of the ball, but stayed with the Immaculata. I thought there was a little push there.
No foul called as Lukuza starts out for Immaculata. No doubt. A little stunned. Borsico with a little oop off the alley from Lukuza.
Lukuza's delivering, or his distribution, ball feed there, was what allowed Borsico to be wide open because he drew the defender. That's what Lukuza didn't do well in the first half, was find his open teammates.
Natalis in for Wilson. Wilson with the left-handed skyhook, and Borsico hit it back into his own net basket.
Borsico has scored all the points in this half for both teams.
Indeed. Wonder what Leanne Pickering said to these guys in the dressing room at the half to get them going.
How about wake up?
Wilson gets credit for the Borsico basket, own basket. Cinco Leon in the corner for Lukuza. Lukuza trying to drive the baseline. Lukuza kicks it back out for 3!
I've never been able to figure out how that off-balance shot goes in for him. He has some of the most unusual shooting form in the city, and yet he's able to finish.
Shadrasu bombs away! He's got 5. Oh.
Both teams loose now, Dan.
Well, how many times have we said it in our broadcasts over the years, Wayne? Bombs away beats a post game any day of the week.
Certainly the fans love it. We have some great fans here tonight. This gym is wild and rocking. It's nice to see.
Umed Hidari for Immaculata. Hidari. Medalist. The floater doesn't go. Lukuza with the board back the other way. Tripped up by Shadrasu. Not a flagrant foul, but Sue's 3rd of the ball game.
If anything, an inadvertent trip. The signal to push, but there was no push there. He just tripped. Sue was running back on defense. So just on one of those unfortunate events. I always sort of think that's almost a no call.
Saved almost a sure deuce as Sue knocks the ball away from Lukuza, and Merivale gets possession. Umed Hidari for Merivale, backs out. Climbs back in, dishes off for Wilson, off the glass for 2.
Nice position, no left hand, but he had the finish, so.
Al-Badri loses control as he tried to spin away from Hidari. Merivale ball once again, and the Marauders, despite a slow start in this second half, Wayne, have picked up where they left off in the first.
Well, there really is their intensity level hasn't dropped. These kids are still working hard. They want this one. You can see it.
Hidari back out. Shamar Brewster for 3 off the rim. Wilson goes up. Lukuza comes down with it. Here's Lukuza. into the corner. Borsico with the shoulder
the
into
charge.
Shamar Brewster. Who's getting the foul?
They called it on Borsico on the charge. I'm not sure Brewster was there, but
Borsico's second personal. Both charges.
yes.
So you can't say that the kid isn't aggressive enough.
No, you can't. You've never been able to say about him. He's not finishing the ball well today, but Wilson on the walk.
So possession Immaculata once again. 4:13 remaining here in the third quarter in a really tight one to see who will represent the city of Ottawa at OFSA in the AA category. Immaculata champions a year ago after a victory against St. Francis Xavier. This time they're going up against a very, very plucky 6 from Maryvale. Lucusa can't get it to fall. Brewster went up, couldn't come down with the ball. Borsico tries his luck. This time, Brewster with the defensive rebound. Timeout called by Sean McCann and the Maryvale Marauders. And Wayne, pretty good time to call a timeout, settle guys down, knowing that there's 3:45 left to go in the third quarter and another full 8 in the fourth.
Oh, plenty of time in this one. We could see several lead changes. You're mentioning that both teams going to OFSA. I mean, OFSA this year, being hosted by Perth District High School, and Kevin Bellamy just does such an outstanding job there of both hosting OFSAs and sort of maintaining that Perth basketball program, which has done really well at the AA level. So whoever emerges from this is going to have a grand time, because in Perth they treat you really well.
Oh, do they have been on the receiving end of the hospitality of the Perthians or the Perthonians, or however they like to be called? They're a wonderful community, and you are absolutely right, Wayne. They will put on a good show.
And I think whoever emerges here will also represent the NCSSAA very well. Two very good teams here.
Indeed. Putting on a show here for the capacity crowd at Algonquin College in this Senior Boys High School AA City Championship. Shamar Brewster for Ahmed Hidari. Hidari kicks that back out for Marwan Saeed. Saeed Sideri playing catch. Hidari back out. Shamar Brewster for 3 off the rim. Cinco Leon comes up with it for the Saints, and they feed Lucusa all the way down for Borsico. And a foul against Maxim Borsico going over the top of Sam Wilson. Not an easy task.
No, I don't honestly see how that could be considered a foul either. He elevated straight up to try and get the ball.
Loose ball foul on the Immaculata.
I guess they must say he used his shoulder or something to jump up there. I don't know.
That's his third personal foul. So Borsico will have to behave himself if he wants to stick around for the duration. All kinds of movement underneath the basket. Wilson trying to set the pick. Shamar Brewster tried to feed Wilson. It comes back the other way to El Badri in the turnover. Cinco Koglu for Borsico. Back out for El Badri. Hidari right on him. El Badri goes up for the shot, and another turnover. Medalist back the other way, inside, off the glass for 2. Unbelievable body control by the high school senior for the Deuce, Kevin Medalist.
But it was Hidari who forced that turnover, getting the ball, just deflecting it enough when the Saints were trying to get the shot off, creating the run out. What Hidari has done some really solid work here. When has he turned the ball over at the point? He's gotten the ball to the open teammates. I mean, he's just an understated kid, but boy, is he playing well.
He just got labeled for the foul as Leanne Pickering, the head coach of the Immaculata Saints, looks on. There's Chris Milburn and Mark Newell on the bench. And you know that they're a little concerned because this is a position that they haven't found themselves in for most of this season.
Absolutely, and this is set now a 7-0 run for the Marauders, creating a little bit of separation, 4 points.
Cinco Koglu Tries the floater, that was short. And Ahmed Hidari, who was implicated on the last foul, his second personal, carries the ball up for Maryville. Back out for Shamar Brewster. Brewster taking his time with 1:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Brewster, nice take, gets the floater to go, score it, he'll go to the line.
Sean McCann called that. The Marauders are all standing around there, just doing an outstanding job there, and he went over to him at the midcourt and said, that lane's there. Brewster instantly took off, able to sort of knife through for that bucket. I mean, there's another point there, is I think Sean McCann has done an outstanding job at Maryville. I mean, this program was deep in the doldrums for decades, and he brought them back, got them first to Tier 1, now into offside, and if they make it through to the AA, it's as much a testimony to him as anyone else.
Lukusa with the loose pass behind the intended target, Sinan Yungakoglu, as Sean McCann is pleading with the officials for some form of clarification.
Outstanding young coach.
Lukusa sends the ball in for Amir El Badri. El Badri for Neil Boback. Boback kicks it into the hands of Medalist. Kevin Medalist wants to go coast to coast. He loses it to El Badri. Back the other way. Lukusa for two and one.
Called off
he's called for the charge.
Yeah, no, great feed, but Brewster rotating over there. What a great job.
Number 8, Jacques Lukusa.
Crowd unhappy about that one, but for once I think I agree with the officials. That was a charge. Did you hear what I just said, Dan? I agreed with the officials.
What?
That's frightening.
Brewster off the glass. Tried to put up the circus shot while falling. Didn't work. Lukusa. El Badri. Little 15-footer drops for two.
That stems the bleeding.
That's what they have to do. They got to start chipping away at this lead because Maryville is defending very, very well underneath. Sean McCann has got them playing solid defense in the middle. Let them have their perimeter shooting. If they're ice cold, they can have it all day.
Well, the Saints trying to elevate the tempo. You saw them going there to the press. The last two possessions, they were all filling the lanes, playing more their style of basketball. I think they're suddenly realizing they may lose this one, and after a season in which they thought.
Brewster for two off the glass.
And if they do lose it, it will be that man, Brewster, who will have sort of embedded the dagger. Just having an outstanding game.
Immaculata trailing by 7. El Badri trying to get him back within 5 before the break, and it's not going to work. Immaculata trailing by 7. The Maryville Marauders. Kevin Medalist leading the way with 13. Shamar Brewster with 11. And boy, you know that they want this one. Immaculata beat them during the regular season, and we've only got 8 minutes left in this one to crown a city champion. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching television. And the Senior Boys High School AA City Championship is on game day.